My journey to Australia was back in 1968. I came alone, and it was on the last flight of the South African Airways from Mauritius. Although that we learned English at school, Australian English was not a very familiar language to me. It was hard to listen carefully because I could write, I could read, but I couldn't. The accent was a bit of a problem for me for a couple of days. It was 2 years after I arrived in Australia. I first worked in a factory for a few months and then joined the buses as a third woman driver in Sydney, bus driver in Sydney. I feel that it was the beginning of making women more accepted. I really enjoyed learning to drive a bus because they were the very old green and yellow double-deckers. The staff members were, I guess, threatened by women drivers, and especially me being coloured. At that time, it was not a very, in the 70s, early 70s, it wasn't an acceptable thing, but that went over my head. I didn't care. I remember at one stage when we came back to the depot, and there was another girl of my background, my nationality. She came from Mauritius. She was a little bit younger than me, and we started speaking French at the table. We were close, very close to each other, and we were speaking French, and we got told off that you don't speak another language. You need to speak English. Being a new Australian, they used to call us new Australian, or WOGs, we were called. It was just something that went over my head. Although that there were some old men, bus drivers that would, not treat you exactly right, but it didn't worry me. I did what I had to do. If I had to work with them as a bus conductress, I would do whatever I needed to do. Sexism didn't worry me, never worried me, because I know what I am. Racism I had a problem with, because we weren't treated a lot of times the same way in the 70s. If I can say, a very good bus driver and also a very good driver up to now. I still hold my C-class heavy vehicle license, which will stay with me for my life. I used to have a conductor. He wasn't a driver, he was a male conductor that used to change his shifts to work with me because we got on well. He was an Englishman, Michael was his name, and he was a lovely boy, and he used to make jokes all day long, so it made my driving much easier and more enjoyable. And he'll make jokes like some people would be really a bit, Monday morning going to work and not being in a good mood, and they'll get off being with a smile on their face because Michael would entertain them. I enjoyed being a bus driver. I knew that it wouldn't be something that I would want to do all my life.